Okay, who's got some more questions for Ken, Kris, or Paul Coleman? You got a question, dude?
Here you are.
How fast is the car?
How fast is his car out there? Okay, Kenny wants to know how fast your car is out there.
I think it tops out at about 120 miles per hour.
It's a fast car, dude. If you're a bit bigger, we give you a ride, man, but you're a bit too small. A couple years, man. Get on those weight gain shakes. Okay, anybody? Like I said, I got my kids on, dude. They're laying drywall. They're like 5. Okay, I got a question for Paul, our games designer. This is from Benjamin Butcher. He says, I just want to know if you have classic rally cars like the 90s Escort RS.
Yeah, we've got a pretty broad selection of classic rally cars in the game. It's a real pleasure to put the car list together. We've got representatives from the present day all the way back to the 60s. About 4 cars in each class, so you've got the little classic Mini, cars like the Fiat 131 Abarth and the Ford Escort from the 70s. You've got some classic rear-wheel drive rally cars from the 80s like the Opel Manta and the Ford Sierra RS 500. And of course the Ford Escort RS Cosworth that was mentioned there from the 90s with the Lancia Delta Integrale. And then we've got the Group B monsters that everyone loves, so Audi Quattros, Metro 6R4s, which Kris likes, and the Ford RS 200 of course. So yeah, all good cars in there, and we're really excited to see what the community thinks when they get their hands on them.
It's gonna be a magical moment when you get like one of these like kind of 90s cars and you got Left Field from that Leftism album. That was like 1994, 95 that came out. That's gonna be a good moment. Okay, any other questions? Okay, go for it, dude.
It's James from Freestyle Extreme. How does the 1.6 World Rally car compare to gymkhana car?
Say again?
How does your World Rally car compare to a gymkhana car?
Oh, that's a tough question.
The question was, how does his rally car compare to his gymkhana car?
Yeah, there's actually some huge differences. What I'm doing today is actually fairly difficult with that car because in the gymkhana car, I'm actually able to use the clutch a lot, and especially using clutch kicks on some of the tight donuts, that type of stuff. And if you actually touch the clutch in this car, the car just dies. So it's definitely sort of a different process as far as using the throttle and the clutch and that type of thing. On top of that, I'm out a gravel setup with gravel tires, so I'm able to get the car to move around and do stuff, but it's not as quick and not as sudden as the gymkhana car is. Still gets the job done, but really, if we're able to get the gymkhana car over here, we definitely would have seen a bit different type of car moving around. It's much more sudden and abrupt, and spins the tires just instantly. So it's a really neat car to drive, and a really neat car to watch too. So hopefully, at some point, I'll be able to get that car over here to do some stuff.
Cool. Kris, we got a question from Aaron McElroy. He says, will you be doing more night navigations?
Night navigation rallies, probably a lot of people are not aware. That's how I started out in rallying. It's very popular back in my home in Ireland. Basically, we go rallying on the public roads when they're open, so it's actually a bit more dangerous, although there is average speeds that you have to meet. The roads are that narrow that the average speeds are nearly impossible to keep anyway, but it's what got me started in the sport, and obviously I developed on from that into proper stage rallying where it's all timed to the stopwatch. But I did compete in a rally, a navigation rally just before Christmas. The back wall of my mates that I used to compete with again, and it was good fun. But I say you realise the risks you were taking back then. At least now in the stage rallying, we have road cages and helmets and everything. Back then it was open road racing, so it was good and it's legal.
How'd you do?
I won my championship in 1997. Which I, as a navigator actually in 97, my brother was driving. So I've won as many championships as a navigator as I have as a driver.
Nice. All right, any other questions? We got about a couple more minutes. Go for it.
Codemasters has incorporated some new stuff to your gymkhanas, such as jumps and also games like this infected. Would you like to include some of that for next gymkhanas and hopefully not infected?
I think it's basically the stuff that they've done with gymkhana in the game, put into your gymkhana videos. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, no. I mean, what they did in the game, he hasn't done in real life. Would he like to put that in his next?
Do you want to do it in real life? What they got going in the game?
Yeah, I mean, that's the great thing about video games is you're able to kind of dream big. And, we're a bit restricted in reality. Trying to do the gymkhanas with a car that is set up for the tarmac. So they've added in jumps, and actually quite difficult jumps in some of the areas. So I wish we could do some of that. And we've talked about doing jumps, in some of the gymkhana videos, but for me, I really like the fact that it's mostly tarmac style driving, and I've tried to keep it that way. But I think that I think it would be great to actually incorporate more of that stuff that they've been doing. And it's actually been really funny for me because, Dirt 2 had, this place in it as a rallycross course, and now Dirt 3 has it as a gymkhana course, and now we've actually taken what they've built, in virtual world and come out here and try to do it in real life. So it's actually kind of coming full circle back to reality, and that's actually really fun for me to be able to go out and be able to play here and do the stuff that we're doing. So it's a crazy thing for me to be involved in this game and go from just doing something that I was doing for fun and now as a part of a video game, and then even being able to do it at an amazing spot like this. It's an amazing experience for me.
Question. Okay, I saw another hand over there. Go for it, dude. Maybe one more question after this one.
Joe Lynch from Tech Digest. With in-car dashboard technology becoming increasingly intelligent, do you see a future for rally championships where co-drivers won't be needed?
There's less weight so we can go faster. Why not?
I think the human element actually is really important in that. But I mean, it's possible. It would be hard for me to kind of picture taking that co-driver out of there and sort of the emphasis on certain things. And if you have some sort of mess up, how it compensates and would know where you are on the stage. You would have a spin.
I think not a lot of people realise in a proper rally environment how important a co-driver is. When you're watching in-car videos of a rally and everyone's eyes are glued on the steering wheel and what the driver's doing, and there's just somebody blabbering away in the background, but actually it's what that guy's saying translate to what you do. So to take that element away for the stage times, you would be minutes slower per stage if you didn't have the pace notes on it. And certainly a good guy there calling them. So I think the importance of a co-driver, we'll soon find that out. There's a lot of scrap metal, I think, after not too many rallies.
Okay, that's it. Ken's got to actually go out there and get ready for some ride-outs. So can we put our hands together? Round of applause for Paul Coleman this week and Mr. Ken Rock. Super thanks for coming here and answering all questions.